Next, let's take a look at the actual staging and delivery workflow in the staff interface. The actual steps that you may take using this Curbside Pickup interface may vary depending upon which features your library decides to use. Variations include patron versus staff-initiated appointment scheduling and patron versus staff-initiated arrival notification. As we walk through this interface, I'll point out some of the variations, but please check out the Curbside Pickup documentation for additional information, workflow examples, and specific alerts that you may see in this interface. Here we're looking at Curbside Pickup in Evergreen. Again, this can be accessed under Circulation, Curbside Pickup. We have 5 tabs to walk staff through, staging the materials for pickup and the actual delivery and checkout. Here, in To Be Staged, we'll see a list of Curbside Pickup appointments that are going to be coming due soon. In this test system, if I scroll down, we see the appointment for Natalie Gonzalez and the 2 items that we know she has ready for pickup. So as a staff member, I can grab these items off of the hold shelf, group them together, label them with the patron's name or the appointment ID number, whatever makes the most sense, and put them in the spot where you are staging materials for curbside pickups. Now, if there are several staff members that may be working on curbside pickup at the same time, or even in different locations within the library, a staff member can click Claim next to an appointment to grab that appointment to let everyone know that they're working on it. Here, you can see Admin, which is my current username, shows up next to that appointment, and that lets other staff know that I'm working on this one. If something comes up and I can't work on this anymore, I can release the claim and someone else can then claim it. So when I have these 2 items ready, they're labeled and they're in the spot they need to be for pickup, I can mark this particular pickup appointment as staged and ready. So that appointment has been staged. It no longer appears in the To Be Staged tab. Now, if we look at Staged and Ready, we see our pickup appointment for Natalie Gonzalez. At this point, we're waiting for the patron to come and pick up their materials. When the patron arrives, there are 2 options that can be used. One is to mark the patron as arrived. This can be done here using the Mark Patron as Arrived button in the staff interface. And if your patrons have the ability to manage their own curbside pickup appointments in their OPAC account, they will also see this option once the appointment is marked as staged. Now, marking the patron as arrived moves their appointment into the Patron is Outside tab. You also have the option to check out items and mark the appointment and the materials as delivered here from the Staged and Ready tab. So which option you use really depends on how you are managing curbside pickup at your library. If you need that extra step to say, okay, a patron is arrived and they're waiting outside, and then perhaps someone else is in charge of keeping track of that Patron is Outside tab, they'll then be able to know that they need to deliver these items to the patron. If instead your curbside pickup is maybe being managed by one person, or you have a smaller operation scale, you might say, all right, I see that this appointment is staged and ready. I see the patrons waiting out there. I'm going to go ahead, check the items out to them, deliver it to them, and that's the end of the workflow. So there are multiple workflow options here for your library to choose from, depending upon what works best for how you're managing curbside pickup. So to show the full range of options here, I'm going to click Mark Patron as Arrived. They're no longer in the Staged and Ready tab. Instead, we see in Patron is Outside, Natalie's appointment. Now, if I'm a second staff member who's keeping an eye on this tab, I see this appointment, the patron is waiting, I grab those materials, deliver them to her, and then I can check out items and mark as delivered. So this step does check out those materials in batch to the patron, and they are now checked out on her account. In the Delivered Today tab, we see Natalie's appointment, as well as the delivery date and time. So this tab will just be a running list of all of the curbside pickup checkouts or deliveries on that day. If back in the Staged and Ready tab I had selected checkout items and mark as delivered, we would have bypassed the Patron is Outside tab, and the appointment would have been marked as delivered and would go straight to the Delivered Today tab. So this is one simple example of how your library could use curbside pickup. Please take a look at the documentation for more information on the various alerts and workflow options that we see on this screen, as well as some written out workflows for the various options your library might choose to use for curbside pickup at your library.